So real quick, before we get into this video, make sure you guys check us out on our live stream. We stream 5 days a week over on mixer.com/Mixoplex. This is going to be our new home for streaming going forward due to YouTube being YouTube. So if you guys want to support us and then, just check out our live streams, which will include Sea of Thieves, Fallout 76, and other new titles, hit us up over there with a follow and just kind of join our lovely community. Hey, what's up guys, Mixoplex here. In today's video we'll be talking about Fallout 76 and kind of giving a 8-month review of Fallout and kind of discussing, has it gotten better, has it gotten worse, and we'll kind of take a look at it. So for those that don't know, we did take I believe a 3-month break from it around February, I believe. I just kind of got bored of doing Scorch Beast Queens and doing White Springs over and over again. I was just honestly getting kind of bored with the game as a whole. And this is, as much as I was getting bored with it, I always thought this game had a lot of potential to be a pretty good game. It was just up to Bethesda to kind of, tap into that and, really just kind of explore dungeons a little bit, better recipes, more legendaries, etc. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys some of the new features, kind of give you my thoughts on it, and kind of giving you guys, some of the positives and the negatives of the game still, and just kind of giving you my unbiased opinion on the game in its current state. So for those that aren't familiar, they've added quite a bit of content since the beginning of the year, and a lot of this we're going to kind of take a look at, and I'll kind of talk about it a little bit. But let's go ahead and start with the legendary Purveyor. Now the legendary Purveyor is a new NPC that they put in, located over here at the Berkeley Springs station. You can find this just southeast of Berkeley Springs, or west, or more like west northwest of Harper's Ferry. It's about right here. Now what this NPC does in particular is allows you to exchange your legendaries for what they call script. Now we do have a little bit of this, but unfortunately I kind of did it earlier without thinking. But you basically come here. If I wanted to scrap this Hunter's 4 Scout armor left leg, I would get 24 script, and you can get upwards of, I believe, 150. Unfortunately it only has 15, and I don't have 3-starred items, so yeah, unfortunately we'll have to have a crappy legendary to kind of get that. But when you have a certain amount of script, you come over to the Purveyor, and this allows you to buy targeted legendaries. So basically what it means, if you're trying to get 3-star legendaries or 2-star or 1-star, whatever, you can get them right here. And you can, it is kind of like a form of gambling, but allows, it basically allows you to put them in the exchange, get some script, and still get random items, but at least at this point they're targeted. You can get legendary weapons of melee, ranged, or just armor pieces. I myself have been going for armor, but to kind of show you how this how this works, we're gonna go here and we'll just buy a melee weapon, and we got the Ghoul Slayer ski sword, not something we want, so we can go over here. We should be able to get at least 5 for this. And we'll get 5 script, and there you go. So this was added recently, and is probably one of the better features they've put in right now, just to kind of allow people to kind of recycle unwanted legendaries. All right, so now in content. So when everyone's, it always comes down to this is content, right? Stuff, the activities to do to kind of keep you busy, kind of keep your interest into the game. Because just like everyone else, doing Scorch Beast Queens and White Springs over and over again, hoping for those 3-star legendaries. While it was fun, it does get boring pretty quickly, and I'm completely in agreement to that. I personally don't even want to touch White Springs anymore. But so if you're completely out of the news with this, with Fallout 76, there's 3 major quest lines. These are the Wild Eviction Party. This will give you the new brewing station that you can see, or that you can use. You can deploy these at your base, and allows you to make consumables, just like in alchemy and other games. This allows you to make certain elixirs that give you, unarmed damage, that give you more HP, more whatever. Very cool. This is a pretty short one. I think we did this about 2 months ago. Pretty cool. Then we have the Sheepsquatch event. Now this one is when we did live over here on YouTube. I'll actually put a link down in the info section below. You guys can watch us do this entirely, myself and Sarah, or Lady Fallout Girl. And it was pretty good. I think this one was actually really cool. It had kind of like a dark tone to it, but it was really neat. And also there's some really cool cosmetics that are tied to these Sheepsquatch events, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But definitely a really good quest line. Now this is one we started working on before I moved recently, which is the Pioneer Scouts. From what I understand, this will eventually give us the backpack, which allows us to carry more items on our person. I think upwards of another 200 carry weight, which is pretty cool. So this is one, in terms of length, this is the short one, this is the medium one, and this is definitely the long one. There's a lot of stuff you have to work on to acquire the backpack, but pretty good nonetheless. All these are really good. They have, hollow tapes, good lore to them, definitely worth doing. Alright, so in terms of other content, there is player vendors now. If you aren't aware of what that actually means, that means I can go and visit somebody's wares. So see, we have this guy over here named HSD. We're just going to go over to his camp. Let's port to it directly. You can port to anybody's vending location with caps. It isn't free, but you can also kind of use those as a way of getting around the map. But yeah, let's go in here and we'll kind of take a look at it. So this is his base. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and jump in here real fast. Okay. You gotta turn this radio off, otherwise we get the demonetizations. Okay. So inside here, you can go to different player vendings. I'm actually surprised, but can we access? Oh, we can access these. This is pretty cool. So, if you aren't aware now, so vending machines act as just like a stash. You can basically set an item, you can set the price in which you're wanting to charge, and this guy is selling a lot of stuff, actually. Different plans here. Let's see what he's got over here. This one has a lot of bobbleheads. Holy crap, he's got a lot of bobbleheads. Buff out. We got magazines, stuff like this. Basically, this is consumables. I'm assuming this is probably ammo. Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of ammunition right here. And yeah, so it's a really cool feature. I mean, I've had it when we streamed this recently. For my people like myself, having funds is paramount, especially when you want to have certain things. And these vending machines allow you to sell some of your better legendaries, some of your, your bulk fluxes, whatever, right? But pretty cool feature. You can acquire these. I think you don't even have to do anything for them. I think you have the player vending machine directly at your camp. Oh, and this guy just logged out. Damn. Been a pretty cool feature though. Alright, so there's player vendors. We looked through the different quest lines. So let's try and show you guys some of the different events that can pop up. So the first one, and probably the most, I think, not profitable one, but definitely one you should be looking at, is Arctos Pharma. This one was actually released, I think, 2 weeks ago, and is worth doing. It's pretty good. I do want to kind of mention to solo this is not really a thing. Typically, groups of people will flock to this event when it's up, as it's one out of 3 events that are really profitable for legendary stuff. So, and plus it does have new cosmetics, new items tied to the event, and just very good. Do keep in mind that all these new events they've put in that are actual events that you can take part in all have unique weapons, unique models to them, unique mods that go with said weapons, and also just different cosmetic pieces as well. So Arctos Pharma is not a quest obtained event. You don't have to unlock this in any way. You basically just go here, go down, come inside, and it's right there. You just click the biolab level 50 right there, and you're pretty much good to go. This will give you a little event that you come in here. We'll see if you might be able to actually start this up. This typically isn't finished on these servers. All right, so so the event is actually up. So it's called Project Paradise. So this one, you're gonna have to track the friendly creatures to the 3 habitats and defeat them or defend them from predators. We're not actually going to start this, but this is an event you're gonna need more than one person for, and it's fairly straightforward. All right, let's go ahead and leave here. But that is the Arctos Pharma event. It's really cool. Really enjoyed it. Out of all the new content they've put in so far, this is, I think, one of the more well accepted events. And it's less chaotic, and it is totally up to you on how difficult you actually want to make it. So we've talked about player vending. We've talked about the 3 different quest lines and the rewards. We talked about the legendary Purveyor, and then now the last thing we can really show off here is, well, we've got the event pop up for everyone. There is another event over here located at Big Fred's Barbecue Shack. We're actually going to head over that way now. This will start an event called Free Range. Now, Free Range is probably one of the easier events, and has some really good cosmetics as well as melee weapons you can obtain. Unfortunately, this event, from what I've heard, has like a 1-hour respawn timer. So if you're typically trying to finish or farm this event, you need to actually hop servers to get it. And this one is actually, holy crap, it's actually up. This is cool. We're not actually going to do this though, because it'll take too long, and yeah. But this is what you look for. You loot the shepherd's crook from the body, and you basically just ring the bell until you get over to the Beckwith farm. But you need to defend the cows from dying the entire time. You will get attacked by mobs. But this is one of the easier events. There's some really good stuff that does come from it, and I highly recommend you do it if it's up. Yeah, that's actually really cool that this is up. Now for the second event that you're going to want to look out for, it's called, it's like Invasion, or I forgot what the particular event's called, but it'll be over here in the Ash, just north of the Burning Mine, south of the Widow's Perch. If you come over here to the Pylon Ambush site, this is the hardest fight in the game, I believe, as of now. It will spawn the imposter Sheepsquatch, and it is a royal pain in the ass. And so when you get to this location, this boss fight consists of two different mechanics. One, you need to clear the ads, and the second would be you have to have these 3 pylons active for the boss to actually be visible. And when that happens, you will take a substantial amount of damage. So unless you are running an unraz build, don't do this part unless you have a lot of stim packs, because you will be taking damage from ads. But also, yeah, it's really hard to out heal it. Kill these real fast. So once you do the quest line for this from the poster, you will be able to buy the thing to actually spawn these. It's not cheap. I think it's about 1,700 with the all the perks, everything available. You even got some great mintats running. It's about 1,700 caps per spawn. So if you want to keep chaining these, I would almost say split the cost with a few other friends if you're running in a group. That way, you can do multiple of them, and you don't have to, go broke trying to get particular cosmetics. One of these cosmetics, actually, let's get out of our power armor here. One of the power armor, or not power, but one of the cosmetics is the outfit we're wearing right now. Not the mask, but the outfit is part of this event right here. You can also get a mask to get this, but unfortunately I haven't been able to get it. But as it is pretty rare. Alright, so that is pretty much it for new content, guys, for Fallout 76. I am going to give some criticism. When I did come back, there is some of the underlying issues of this game that still kind of haunt it, unfortunately. The social menu is a pain in the royal ass. I hate to be that guy, but when I tried streaming, or when we were streaming this actually for, you know, X amount of days, I think it was like a week and a half recently, we were consistently having issues trying to join groups, try to invite. The social menu still appears to be a problem. It still runs even more slower than ever. So if they can fix this for me personally, as a content creator and influencer, you know, does like to live stream it. This right here was killing us. Like, I think we wasted probably about 30 minutes, 40 minutes just trying to get groups settled sometimes. Not in one, not all at once, but throughout the whole stream. Also, new legendary effects. New legendary effects for weapons and items. I know they're trying to keep with what they know, but there's a point where you need to start introducing new legendary effects, something fresh for people to look forward to, whether it be overpowered or not. It's new stuff, man. Give people a little taste of what they may or may not want, and it allows people to kind of have some new flex on new builds. Other than the constant flow of content, this is another one of my criticisms. I'm hoping they can keep this cadence of content coming, as if they don't, Fallout still is in a very gentle state. You know, they are kind of recovering from the initial, you know, release woes, and they're doing good. I mean, I think in the public perspective, while you know, memes aside, it is getting better. You know, I think there's other game companies right now that are way worse, and Fallout 76 actually surprised me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, when I started doing the brewing stuff, I was not really impressed, and I stopped playing again. Coming back after all this with actual, you know, proper quest lines, big bosses to fight, it felt good. It felt like I was playing a proper Fallout game again, and it felt like I was, you know, if I wanted to do events, I could, and you know, if I got really lucky, I could get the really cool looking cosmetic or the rare recipe or the rare mod for the weapons. So all in all, I'm really enjoying it, and I think you guys will too. Try and give Fallout 76 another chance. I know a lot of people kind of just shelved it and don't want to come back, but I think this game is worth returning to, if not for a little bit, just to kind of check out some of the new content, check out some of the new fights, and some of these quest lines. If you're really into that and really into reading the lore, it's pretty good. Also, on the rumor mill, there may be private servers as well as modding coming very soon, but there is really no basis for that, except that, you know, it's out there. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and my little perspective on Fallout 76. I do like this game, and I've always liked this game. And out of all the games I've played in the last year and a half over here on YouTube, I think this game still has a lot of promise, but they just need to get it to that point. And man, I can't wait for Vaults, honestly. I think the Arctos Pharma really showed that if they can figure it out and do their kind of version of dungeons, it could be amazing. So thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, consider subscribing to the channel, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for more Fallout 76 related content. We're going to be primarily doing YouTube videos now over here on YouTube. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out, and I will see you guys in the next one.